everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. I am Nuzhat Sana. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app. You can attend the quizzes on this app for better practice, and after that you can also read the detailed explanation of the questions you have missed. For regular updates, please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. Also, our latest initiative is UPSC Prelims Test Series for 2021 and 2022 in GK Today Academy app. So if you are appearing in UPSC Prelims, you may consider joining this. So now, without wasting any further time, let's get started. So today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 11th of June 2021. Starting with very first question, what is the expansion of CDN with reference to the recent global internet outage? Actually, CDN is a group of servers that work all together to provide fast delivery of internet content, and the full form of CDN is Content Delivery Network. So majority of the web traffic across the world is routed through this CDN. Recently what happened is several big websites around the world like Amazon, Reddit, Quora, all of it went down for about half an hour because of a major issue with the CDN of American provider Fastly. So due to this problem, the server was completely dead in these sites. Okay. Now two cyber attacks were very famous these days. First of all, you'd have heard about the cyber attack on US Colonial Pipeline Company. So actually this company transports 45% of petrol and diesel in the eastern coast of USA, and in the last month it was forced to shut down because of the cyber attack by a group called Dark Side. So this name is very important. Then second case was regarding India's national airline, Air India. This airline also faced a cyber attack which affects the data and various confidential informations of about 4.5 million customers around the world. So both of these cases we have already covered in the previous lectures in the form of questions. I hope you can rewind both of it. Question number 2. United Nations has warned of mass deaths in Kaya state located in which country? So basically you have to tell in which country Kaya state belong to. So recently United Nations right experts have warned of mass deaths from starvation as well as diseases in the Kaya state which lies in eastern side of Myanmar. So United Nations has also called for urgent international actions due to the violence in Kaya because it had already displaced an estimated 1 lakh people. These displaced peoples are seeking safety in various type of forest and their neighboring states. So why is this chaos taking place in Kaya? So this issue arises in February month when their military of Myanmar had dismissed the then government which was headed by Aung San Suu Kyi. So the government was removed and military rule was established. So till then the coup has triggered mass protest across the country and hence it met by very deadly violences. Also to tackle it, ASEAN released a 5-point statement on Myanmar crisis, and this plan was also welcomed by India. So under this statement, ASEAN countries have demanded an immediate cessation of violence. Means violence should be immediately stopped there. Talking about ASEAN, it is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and its headquarters lies in Jakarta, Indonesia. Now you have to tell me how many countries are there in ASEAN. Also Myanmar was in news because their Karel rebels have recently seized a military post at which place? Very close to the border of northwest Thailand. Who are the Karel rebels? Actually these are the oldest rebel group there at Myanmar. And talking about Myanmar, capital is Nay Pita and the currency is Kyat. Question number 3. Which is the first country to formally adopt Bitcoin as the legal tender? First of all, what is Bitcoin? So nowadays everybody knows it. It is a type of new currency which has been created in 2009. So actually you can make the transactions through these Bitcoins without any middleman, and here middleman means any banks. So recently El Salvador has become the first country in the world to formally adopt Bitcoin as the legal tender because their Congress has approved the El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele's proposal to adopt the cryptocurrency. So the use of these bitcoins as legal tender will go into law within 90 days, and also the government will guarantee regarding the convertibility of these bitcoins, means you will get the exact value in dollars at the moment of each transaction. Now bitcoin was also in news for two times. First of all, there was a country which bans cryptocurrency payment, and that country is Turkey. Second thing is solar power bitcoin mining facility, and this would be launched by USA. So for this program, Twitter Payments Venture Square would partner with blockchain technology firm so as to build this mining facility. So this news we have already covered few lectures back, if you remember. So this would be developed by USA. Question number 4. Mount Echo Dumping, which was making news recently, is located in which state? First of all, why this is in news? Because recently a team of wildlife researchers have seen two species of these birds called monal birds, where on Mount Echo Dumping, and that's why this mountain is in news. So it is 4,173 meters above the mean sea level, and it is located in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So there are actually two type of monal birds. First is Himalayan monal and second are Sclatus monal. Himalayan monal have scientific name as Lophophorus impaginus, and Sclatus monal birds are called Lophophorus sclatere. So these Himalayan monal birds are found from Afghanistan to northeast India, and the second one are found in basically China and Myanmar. Now Arunachal Pradesh was in news for a few things. First of all, recently here a new species of birds was found, and it has been identified as 3-branded rose finch. And why this thing is shocking? Because this is a permanent resident of southern China, but now it can also be seen in our Arunachal Pradesh. Then second thing was new species of alpine plant was discovered in Tawang district of Arunachal Pradesh. And also Arunachal Pradesh celebrate its statehood day on 20th of Feb, along with which state? With Mizoram. Now one question for you. Can you tell me, in February 2021, Arunachal Pradesh has celebrated its which number of statehood day? Do let me know in the comments. Question number 5. The MSP, that is minimum support price, of paddy, sesame, tur and urad were hiked recently. These are dash crops. See, I have told you many a times that there are three types of crops: Rabi, Kharif and Zaid crops. What is the difference between these? You can also call Rabi crop as spring crop, and the period of this crop is from November to March, or you can say April. Then Kharif season is also called as monsoon crop, and their time period is from June to September month. What are Zaid crops? It is basically a short season between your Kharif and Rabi crops. Let's see some of the examples here. Talking about Rabi crops, examples are wheat, barley, peas, gram, mustard, etc. Then talking about Kharif crops, rice, maize, soya bean, groundnut, moong, cotton, etc. Then Zaid crops are very easy to remember because they are very less, like pumpkin, cucumber and watermelon. Now you have to identify and tell me the season that is going on is the season for which crop. Is it Rabi, Kharif or Zaid? Now recently Union Cabinet has approved an increase in MSP, that is minimum support price, for various Kharif crops for the year 2021 to 22. So your correct answer is your Kharif crops. I hope you know what is MSP. Actually it is the minimum price set by the government of India, below which nobody can purchase from the farmers. Okay. So last year MSP for paddy was 1868 rupees per quintal, but this time it is 1940 rupees, and the highest absolute increase in minimum support price, if you compare it with the previous year, is recommended for this sesame, which is now 452 rupees per quintal, and it is followed by tur and urad, which are 300 rupees per quintal. So you don't need to go into such depth. Only thing you have to remember is Government of India has increased the MSP for our kharif crops. Question number 6. Indian Navy has undertaken 31st edition of Coordinated Patrols or CORPAT with which country? So it's Thailand, because India and Thailand began the 31st edition of its CORPAT, and as per the Indian Navy, this is the first of biannual exercise. And in this exercise, Indian Navy's Saryu, which is indigenously built naval offshore patrol vessel, would participate in it. And basically, CORPAT aims to reinforce maritime links between the two countries which are participating in it by maintaining the Indian Ocean safe for the international trade. And if you remember, we have talked about Thailand, where when we studied that Ministry of Commerce has initiated anti-dumping investigation agency against on which countries? Thailand along with China and Vietnam. Why? So as to put a limit on the import of solar cells which are coming from these countries. Okay. Now talking about some of the military exercises, Yuddh Abhyas is the exercise between which two countries? India and the USA. Here we would not focus on whether it is Navy exercise or air exercise, only we have to remember that this exercise belongs to which two countries. Now second is Sampriti, it's for India and Bangladesh. Then there is Matri. Matri is again an exercise between India and Thailand. Then one more, Hand in Hand, it is the military exercise between India and China. Then last is Shakti. Shakti is the exercise between India and France. Now one question for you. You have to tell me, nomadic elephant is the military exercise between which two countries? Do let me know in the comments. Question number 7. As per the QS World Rankings 2022, which Indian institution is ranked as the world's top research university? So actually this ranking is an annual publication of university rankings, and recently it has been published, according to which IISc Bangalore has secured the position of world's top research university, and this institution has achieved a score of 100 out of 100 under the metric CPF assessment, that is citations per faculty. Now IISc Bangalore was also in news due to ARWU, which is Academic Ranking of World Universities. In this ranking, 15 Indian universities have made its place in it, in which IISc Bangalore acquires the top position among higher education institutes in India, and the Calcutta University was third in it. So these rankings and reports have to be kept in mind. Question number 8. Global Economic Prospects is the flagship report of which institution? So this report is from World Bank. Why it is in news? Because recently World Bank has expected GDP growth of India to be 8.3% for financial year 22, which is lesser than its earlier estimate, because earlier it estimated it to be 10.1%. And this thing has been predicted in Global Economic Prospect report. And why it has been decreased? Nothing relevant to tell, because we all know due to second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Now in the same report, it has also expected that global economy would be expanded by 5.6% in 2021. Now talking about World Bank, headquarters lies in Washington DC, and current president is David Malpass. Question number 9. Which city has topped the list of the Economist annual survey of the world's most livable cities in 2021? So as per this report, Auckland, which is New Zealand, has topped the list of most livable cities in the world, and this has been followed by Osaka and Tokyo, both of which lies in Japan. And last year we have seen that this report or this index was topped by Vienna, which is capital of Austria, but this time it has dropped to 12th position, and Auckland has topped the list because of its successful approach in combating the COVID-19. Question number 10. Anup Chandra Pandey has been appointed to which constitutional position? So recently this personality has been appointed as Election Commissioner of India He is 1984 batch IS officer who has earlier served as Chief Secretary of UP, and currently he has been set to oversee the forthcoming assembly elections of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Goa, Manipur and Uttarakhand. Talking about some more recent appointments, we have seen few months back new director of CBI has been appointed, and who is he? Subodh Kumar Jaiswal. Then also we have seen that fourth deputy governor of RBI has been appointed, and who is he? T. Ravi Shankar. Now one question for you. You have to tell me who is the current president of Syria who has been recently appointed. Question number 11. Who has been recommended as the next Secretary General of United Nations? So it's none other than Antonio Guterres. It is his second term, which commences from January 1st, 2022, and now this recommendation would go for the approval to the 193 member UN General Assembly. So Antonio Guterres is presently the 9th United Nations chief, and he has commenced his tenure from 2017. Talking some more about United Nations, in the previous lecture we have seen that India has been elected to United Nations ECOSOC, which is Economic and Social Council, for the period of 2022 to 2024. And United Nations celebrate various days. Let's see some of it. It celebrates International Day of Living Together in Peace on 16th of May. Then it also celebrates UN International Day of Light on the same day, which means 16th of May. And UN celebrates International Day of Families on 15th of May. Now one question for you. You have to tell me World Bee Day is celebrated by the UN on which day, and what was the theme for this year? Do let me know in the comments. Coming to the last question, Zanskar Valley area where state-owned CESL is set to implement energy efficient programs is located in which state or union territory? What is CESL? Convergence Energy Services Limited. So basically it is a wholly owned subsidiary of EESL, which means Energy Efficiency Services Limited. So recently it has signed an MOU with the administration of Union Territory of Ladakh, under which various clean energy and energy efficiency programs will be implemented. And also for this, a pilot project would be started in the Zanskar Valley area. And various types of programs that would be implemented here include, first of all, energy efficient lighting, then cooking stoves and electric mobility solutions. And few days back we have studied that CESL has signed a pact with Ladakh administration again. Why? To make this union territory carbon neutral. Also one more thing was there from Ladakh, which is UTAB scheme. We have studied about it as well. What is it? So this is a scheme by Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, who is R.K. Mathur, and under which free tablets would be distributed to the students in Ladakh who are taking the online classes. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. Today there is no quiz part, and these were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Do give a thumbs up if you like the content, and please don't forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.